All right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be going over a quick deck list before our game today, and we're going to be playing Nefatari Vivi, a new leader from EVO 3. Once per turn, if your character with a base cost of 4 or more would be KO'd, you may trash one card from your hand instead. That isn't even an on battle, not just against effect damage, which is really useful. Activate main, you may rest this leader, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. Then, up to one of your characters without an when attacking effect gains rush this turn. You may rest the leader and give one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power without giving anything rush, which is really useful. It's a 5,000 power / leader, which is not too bad, but it does mean it has a rougher matchup into the green Dracula Mihawk because it will give their leader plus 1,000 for the whole battle. So that is something to take note of. Nefatari Vivi. Searcher, 1 cost, 2,000 attack, 1,000 counter. On play, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Alabaster or Straw Hat Crew type card with a cost of 2 or more, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. Decent Searcher. Igaram is the better Searcher though. 2 cost, 3,000 attack, 1,000 counter. Main, you may rest this character, give your active leader minus 5,000 power for the turn, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 Alabaster Kingdom type card and add it to your hand, then place the rest of them on the bottom of your deck in any order. It's really good because as a searcher that rests itself and gives minus 5,000 power to your leader, you can protect it from their first swing and make it so that you just have to discard 1 card and keep it up, which means you'll have to deal with it on subsequent turns. And because it's 3,000, a lot of times they'll have to allocate a Dawn to a Searcher in order to try and even just poke at it, which is usually pretty good for us. And on the turns when we're going to be using it, because we're not going to use it on our 4 Dawn turn, they're going to probably have to get in the way of some of our blockers, because that's usually our 6 or 7 Dawn turns, where they're going to have to not be able to use just a Searcher because we can just free block with one of our blockers, because we usually spam out quite a few. All right, the next is Koza. It's just a nice 2K. That's really all this is. Give one of your, when attacking, you may give one of your active leaders minus 1,000 power during this turn. This character gets plus 2,000 power. It's not a great character. It's just a 2K. That's all we're using it for. We have Tony Chopper, which is a good blocker. It's also a 2K, which is always useful. 4 cost, 4,000, but it gets 2,000 on your opponent's turn, which makes it a 6. Good enough. This Nami is really, really good in this deck. It's a 5 cost, 7,000 attack, no counter. On play, give up to one of your active leaders minus 5,000 power during this turn, draw a card. Activate main once per turn. If your leader has the Alabaster type, give it to one of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power during this turn. The minus 1,000 power is super helpful because it combos with our 10 pop Shanks. It is also really good because the minus 5,000 power to draw a card is fine because we're just going to give our leader that minus 5,000 power, then activate our leader to give something minus 2 on their board, which means we've gone minus 3,000 power to something on their board, and we're just going to give this character rush. That's all we're going to do with that. We've got Nefatari Cobra, just a 2K. 5, 6, it doesn't even have good vanilla stats, but it is a 2K, and it is searchable by both of our searchers. And then we've got Ben Beckman. This is where the rush units start really getting some gas. Counter is plus 1,000, 7 costs, 7,000 power. On play, trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a power of 6,000 or less. That combos really well with this Nami and our leader ability, which means this Ben Beckman can trash getting around all the on KO effects of up to 9,000 if we combo our leader with it. Now, it is better for up to 7s because the Nami doesn't do anything other than give minus 1,000 on an activate main. We can play the Ben Beckman, but in order to utilize the Ben Beckman, the turn it's played, if we want to get a 9,000 power down, we have to use the Nefatari Vivi and rest it, which means we don't get to give the Ben Beckman a rush, but it does remove a big body, and sometimes that's just good enough. All right, and then down here to Shanks. 10 cost, 12,000 power, on play, KO to one of your opponent's characters with 10,000 power or less. By comboing that with our leader ability, we can get rid of 12Ks. We can combo it with our Nami here and we can get rid of 11s, no problem. But if we want to get rid of 12s or 13s, we have to use our leader ability, which means this doesn't get rush. But the fact that we have the option and the flex to get rid of 12s and 13s, if we choose, is just really good. But more often than not, you're just going to pop something with 10,000 and then give this rush an attack immediately. Goldie Roger, 10 cost, 13,000 slash character, rush. They can't activate blocker if us or our opponents have 0 life. Just good. This is our 4 Dawn turn every time. Cavendish. When attacking, once per turn, draw 2 cards, trash 1 card from hand. 4 cost, 6,000 power. We can't give a rush because it has it on when attacking, but it's our 4 Dawn turn every time, which is fine. Because there's no reason that there's nothing we have that we want to give rush to that early, so we're just going to attack with this first and then play this. That's all we're going to do. The 6 Dawn turn is this Nefatari Vivi, preferably every game. Nefatari Vivi, 5 cost, 4,000 power, plus 1,000 counter, blocker. On play up to one of your Straw Hat Crew or Alabasta type characters with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Then you cannot play character cards during this turn. So it's really good to be able to play this first on your 6 Dawn, then play this. But it doesn't have to be, because that 1 Dawn can be put onto the Cavendish and it can attack for 7, which is also really good. But this Vivi is going to play this Nami, which is a 5 cost, 6,000, 1,000 counter blocker. And it, on play, if our leader is multicolored, draw 3 cards and trash 2 cards from hand. Or draw 3 and place 2 cards from your hand at the top or bottom of the deck. So it's really good because we can put cards that we want back on top or cards we don't want on the bottom. And it gets played for free off of this. But the other thing we can play that's really good is we can play this Nami. On play, you may give 1 active leader minus 5,000 power during this turn, which is really good because we'll play this into this, minus our 5, minus to get ourselves the draw to replace one of our cards, go minus rest this card again, give minus 2 to some character, and then we've got an active attacker at 7 that's given something minus 1 and minus 2 for that turn. So spamming those together, so we've got the option to either block heavy or attack and block, which is usually better. The next one is the 10 cost 12,000 Kaido. On play, if your opponent has 3 or less life, draw 4 cards. Draw 4 cards, and then using our leader ability to give this rush is just fantastic. A 12,000 rush unit that draws 4, great. But if we ever see each other again, will you call me your shipmate? It's a 1 cost, if your leader's Nefatari Vivi, up to one of your leader or character cards gain plus 4,000 power. That's pretty good, but it's usually only used in the mid game because every 10 Dawn turn after we get to 10 is just going to want to spam these out. So it's really hard to play. So usually I end up trashing this if I'm at 9 Dawn anytime, and I'm trying to protect my board. 8 or 9 Dawn, I'm using that to protect. Phoenix Pyre Apple is a 1 cost event. You may rest one of your Dawn cards, place up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 or less at the bottom of the owner's deck. This is for getting rid of chump blockers. It's a counter that gives our leader plus 3,000 power, which is fine. But as far as counter goes, this is better. But this is for removing chump blockers, and that's why it's in the deck. So let's go quickly over the curve again, just so you guys know what it is. Curve, if we're on the odd curve, it's going to be this. Even curve, it's preferably this. And then 4 Dawn is always going to want to be the Cavendish every time. 5 Dawn, Cavendish. 5 or 6 is going to be this Nefatari Vivi into a combination of one of these 2 Namis. Both just really good. 7 to 8 is pretty much always going to be the Ben Beckman unless they don't have anything good for us to trash. And if they're that far behind, we're just going to push our advantage by either playing another Cavendish or playing another combination of these cards. Or if we don't have the Nefatari Vivi, sometimes we will just drop this just to get a second one on board, because having 2 of these just makes it so we can free kill their guys with the Shanks by taking out 12,000s by having 2 of these on board. Every turn after that, the 9-10 is going to be some combination of these guys right here. It's either going to be another Ben Beckman or one of these. And then every turn when we get to 10, like I said, it's going to be 10, 10, 10. This is kind of your finisher. You want to use this as much as you can because it puts them so far behind by popping their board and then putting a 12,000 attacker on board. You want to do this. That's why this is only a 2 of. Draw 4 is really good if you need to get some card advantage, and that's usually if it's a really tight game. But this really does push it really hard. But we just kind of needed more big rush units. The idea is to close out the game once you're at 10 Dawn pretty quick, because being able to chain a bunch of these together puts you so far ahead so fast, they can't do a lot about it. And that's kind of the game plan. So let's pop into a game real quick and see what you guys think. Let me know. All right, here we go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go second in this matchup. I want to take it away from them. That is not a particularly good opening hand. I play this on 4. God, we're going to mulligan that. That just doesn't feel good. That's better. That's mid-game. We'll go. We'll just say send it. We're playing EBO 3's Nefatari Vivi. Once per turn, if your character with a base cost of 4 or more would be KO'd, you may trash 1 card from your hand instead. We are not going to give you 2 2Ks out of that. We will just attack. They are playing quite aggressively. What I have not seen is any way to cheat all this out. I am going to be at 6 next turn, so I do want to hold one of these. But we're only going to give 1 up, so that's fine. I'm going to play something out on 5. What do you play on 5? We're playing against EBO's Wars Jewelry Bonney. In case you didn't know, opponent's turn, if you have 1 or less life card, this leader becomes a 7k. Okay, they heal themselves. And we find the perfect top deck, so I don't even have to actually play this. Which one do we want? Probably an attacker? Do I want more defense or another attacker? Yeah, I can't resist. I like cards. Let's go for an attack. Draw a couple of cards. Trash a card. What do we want? More blockers is pretty good. There you go. I have no problem really giving these up because I can't leave 1 Dawn up most of the time. Just in case you're wondering, if you block with that, it's going to die. They have a lot of cards. We have a fair amount of cards. We're going to be at 7 next turn. We got to end our turn. I always forget this makes it so I cannot play out characters. So if I wanted to do it, I would have had to play it first. We're sitting on 3 2Ks, some Namis, and a Vivi. You get another Borsalino back. They are taking life and putting it back. It's really cool to see somebody playing this really well. They got, what, 1 other attacker? And he's a 6. I'll give you a 1, sure. Going to attack with your blocker. I'd love to have some board to attack you with. Look at the top 4 cards. Reveal and draws a Frankie. Nice 2K counter. Yep, goes in. Kind of okay with that. Didn't find the card I was looking for. We did not find a good play for our 8 Dawn turn. We're going to deploy this, see if we can't find one anyways. Dang. Guess we just take a 2K, right? Yeah. Well, we got 2Ks. We got a lot of 2Ks. Oh, there they are. All right, well, we're going to start placing stuff on the bottom. We're going to get rid of this for sure. We're going to get rid of both of those. I'd rather have these in case I need them later. Attack 6 there. I was gonna trash that because I can't give it rush. I'll go 8 here and 6 again if he saves it. Got 9 cards in hand. Thank God I'm not playing against a blue deck. There you go. You want to protect? Nah. Yeah, we'll do this. Dude, go ahead. Pretty even right now, to be honest with you. They've only got 1 decent blocker, though, and I've got 2. We're at 8 right now. Plays the Hiyori. He's going to put a trigger back on top. Yeah. Probably the Frankie, if I had to guess, the one I searched earlier, just so they could play it. This will not get rushed, because I do not have an 8,000 cost character. We're going to go no, and we're going to give you a nice 2K, because I have so many of them. We'll let you have this. We'll say resolve a track. What do we want to trash? We just got so many 2Ks in hand. I kind of want to give him one. Nah, we won't do that. We'll give him one of these. Back 6 here. What do we want to trash? The Alabasta. We don't need that. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? Probably the big Durgan. So he's a 7 right now. In case you were wondering, your blocker doesn't ever get to really block anymore. Now you're going to go down. I don't suspect with 5 cards you're going to want to try and counter out of a 12. Yeah. Go up to 9. Plays the Borsalino. Heals back. Wow. That is crazy good for them. I'm on 12 cards, by the way, though, which is just insane. And I haven't seen most of my 10 cost guys, which is also insane. Like, where are all of them? I got 1 Kaido. But to be fair, we both searched a lot. That's your big attack. Can have that. I don't want to deal with it. Because I suspect you're going to want to play out the 10 cost Luffy. No. Can I play the Rush? Can attack my character? Here, have a brick. I don't want it. I give them a blocker if they go 10 in. Because I'm just level 5 right now. It's just so good to be able to filter my cards. God, I do want to kill these next turn. Well, I'll send you into the 6, and I'll give you 2/2s, I think. I've got just so much counter in hand, it's crazy. My 9 cards in hand. I don't swing a blocker, or one of your blockers somewhere? I'd like to. Dang, they just won't give it to me. And because they're a 7, this doesn't even do anything. I can go... Let's do this. We'll go... So he's a 8 right now, and I can go -2. I just want to get him in range with this. Which means I won't be able to attack with it. Do 12 here. What's it gonna be, guy? It says block, gives it to me. This character can have a rush, sure. Get out of here. No, what do we want to do? Probably a 7 here. I want to give 2 there, or I want to have this for... Nah, just go ahead. We cleaned up 2 guys off your board, which were annoying. This resting for no effect is really nice, just because being able to give these -2, because I can't swing at leader here. When they're in 9,000 leader, like, this is never going to be worth doing. I just wish I could find... I'd like to be able to find a 10 cost. Where's all my 10 costs? I'm deep into the deck. Good, we've got another character rusher on board. Yeah. I have to deal with what? 2 more attacks at it? I want to deal with 2 more attacks at it? This only works for leader, so it doesn't really do me any good. What do we want to trash? I want to trash another copy of himself. It's a brick. What are you going to do about it? Sure, I'll give you 2/2s, and then that will eat my blocker? Sure. Nah, you can have it. Didn't seem good enough. There it is. Finally. Get out of here. Let's clear some board out. I should have attacked with a 7. I'm dumb. These should have both been here. I'm super dumb. I could have gone 6 by minusing with this ability. Yeah, just lets it go. That's smart. Because now I can only do this. Okay, go ahead. Plays another one. Plays another. Wow! What do we want to do here? You want to attack with this? You should.
to be honest with you. Of course, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you really should. I'll give you one of my many, many 2Ks I have. Okay, apparently we're playing Blocker Wars. Yeah, we're going to deploy this, see if we can't find anything. Okay, we find a Vivi, which is something. We lose another one of our big boys, though. It's so sad to see. Okay, so we're going to deploy this. Oh, okay, we got some good stuff now. We're going to start by placing stuff on top. Start placing this on top. What do we want to think we're going to need? Probably this first, this second. Okay. Let's go. It's not what I meant to do, but what do you do? This is the problem with learning so many decks so fast, is sometimes I forget what they do. Yeah. Go ahead. Alright, I've gone through all 4 Borsalinos, so I shouldn't have to deal with those anymore. I've gone through 3 of their Zoras. I shouldn't have to deal with those anymore. And next turn is the... I'm going to be able to trash this, but it would have been better if I had the Roger. What do you do? I didn't think they were going to let me go down, take him down to 0 so fast. I actually need space. Oh, I did put this on top. I'm clever. Guess what, buddy? Bam. Got him. Apparently I was smart enough to put my cards back in the right order. Alright. What do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9K counter in hand. That's not enough. That's not nearly enough when facing down triple 12s, or 2 12s and a 13. Oh, look at that. We even had one of these on top. Oh, there's our other Shanks. We were missing for so long. That was a good game. Back and forth the whole time. And I didn't even get to burn through the insane amount of counter I had. 2, 4, 6, 8. Or 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 3 is 12, 13, 14K counter. Plus, you know, if I leave the Dawn up, I got another plus 4 down here. Man, good lord. But look at it, my whole board is just aggro by the end of this thing. I went from being full blocker to full aggro in the course of that game. I will say, I don't know how many cards left. I have 20 cards in trash. 8 cards, 10, plus 5 on field. So I've got 15 here. And 20 here. So I actually only have, what is that? 15 cards? Yeah. Now I only have 15 cards left in my deck. Just because Cavendish, man, it was putting in some work. I just kept trashing him to protect the original. It's so hard to remove stuff with how many blockers I have. Well, GG to my opponent. I really do like Nefatari Vivi. It's such a cool deck, and it's very flexible. It feels like it could use a little extra punch. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is a very cool deck. I recommend you guys give it a try. Check out the deck list. Let me know what you guys think. What did I do wrong? What did I do right? What could I do better? Let me know. Thanks.